Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And that concludes the meeting. Thank you for being here. Hey, sit down. Are you gonna sit behind? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, good. So with our new products, has anybody developed what they want, what they have as a favorite product?
I still haven't tried them all of the can.
Okay,
So-
any that you're leaning toward?
The dry
So-
shampoo is amazing.
Okay,
Yeah, we need retail. I like the hairspray, the soft one.
Yeah, and it
We're
actually,
on dry condition.
right.
no, we have a.
We're
dry
waiting for an
shampoo.
order,
Oh,
so.
we do?
I You didn't pulled copy. one yesterday. Yeah, okay, so we have
It
two.
kind of feel, it reminds me of a Vita aerosol spray a lot.
Yeah,
It's like, the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Mhm.
But if you just want a light feel, you can just do one over it.
Since we've been out of the pink milkshake spray, we couldn't get that anymore, which is really weird. I like their the Kuhn high impact spray. That's been one of my go-tos. I noticed my, well,
Where's the pizza?
What's going on with the back?
I
We're trying
don't know.
to-
I asked all my high
Yeah.
tech people and none of them could do it, so.
I like the fall. I like it. The Wizard of Oz.
you like the what?
The salt mode. Yeah.
What's the salt mix like? Is it like sticky or dry? Little
It's a little gritty.
Texturizing. I actually expected it to be grittier than it was.
Yes.
But you can still run your fingers.
I like the shape.
Not for like drying hair or drying.
It's like pomade type, but it smells really good.
I think it's.
It's,
Is
it's,
it the orange one?
Is it the
Oh,
orange
yeah.
one?
Oh, yeah, the orange one.
Yeah, I
is
like
nice.
I really like that.
A lot of people commented on that one. Like in the smell of it.
That's
too,
like my
huh?
favorite.
Orange tangerine.
Even on like,
Mhm.
really bad.
Oh, okay, you do.
Yeah. 'cause
Like
you
when
don't,
it's wet?
No, like afterwards, to get it feels a little weird.
Oh.
Cause it's very like soft on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make it dirty. Good to know, 'cause I have a lot of.
But you just need like a little.
They have a powder too.
And how's that versus that
It's
other
like
stuff?
a cylinder.
'Cause that other stuff
and
made
it's
it,
just-
yeah, I
okay,
think I like that one too.
Yeah.
The other stuff made your hair feel kind of.
It's like
wet
a
and
little
dirty.
teeny.
We need to take that caviar off the top shelves.
That.
Cause I've had a couple clients say, oh, are you guys trying that? Are you selling that? And I'm like, we took all the other ones off that we weren't selling, so I think we can take that down off the top too.
Okay, so my,
Also the texture paste,
Oh, that one's really good.
dude, yeah, and in wet or dry hair, like on my short.
Pixies.
Pixies with a lot of texture, if you put a little bit of that in and then blow it out, it's like, it's got hold and
Volume.
separation and volume.
my high impact hairspray is my favorite, and then the fiber. The orange and the fiber, those are great. So what I would ask everybody to do is write up a little, this is my favorite because here's how it works. Because I want to do periodic postings on social media with that. Just to get the word out there, and that helps people know that we're interested in how we have, what we have to care for their hair, all that stuff. So I'm not gonna do it all at once, but if you can email me or text me, that, yeah, it doesn't have to be Kuhn. If, what's your favorite product, for sure, so absolutely.
It is.
It's that little pot, the red pot, and it's replaced the old pomade. So it's like a pomade, it's just a little thicker, and then you add a spritz of the lavender oil together, like great to break up like that.
They got rid of the pomade.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is absurd.
It's not.
Yeah, we thought that was insane. Yeah, I did that same look.
It's super thick, but what you do is you barely get anything. I feel like you don't use too much of them with this, and keep them on like what they're up here. Then barely touch their hair, and you could even have it go upside down, because then it's like.
Pay Jasmine to give you a lesson. Pay her to give you a lesson.
I'll work for you.
Pizza. So you tried it and felt like it was a wheelie, that combo, or just the Mongonga?
Me,
No, you, yeah, cause you
Oh,
said
I thought
something,
you were looking at
I,
this.
well, you were talking to her, but you said something
Yeah.
about something being too.
yeah, I tried it, and I felt, it was, I mean, I actually, I just put it in my hand, I just put it in there, because it felt so oily.
It's the new pomade stuff.
Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
with your knuckle, just barely,
Yeah, so
try it
I
that way.
didn't do it. earlier, but
Is it water based still?
It is water based, yeah.
So yeah, I'll treat somebody to a little treat, whoever's the first to send me their little description of their favorite product and why. And then, yeah, and so then I want to make sure that I have everybody's Instagram so I can tag everybody when I do a post. So that it gets out there and yeah, there's something magical about that. This person's taught me a lot. Thank you. Yeah, no. Whoa. Okay, people stop texting me, Cheryl and Sarah. Okay. So that, well, I was hoping that, because Sarah's more dialed into this, using that new Q mask. Has anybody used the new Q?
I just rather. I really like it. The purple one. The blonde savior. It's called blonde savior. It's kind of like their Olaplex, but it works really.
It's a mask.
That's the
Yeah,
mask.
the shampoo and conditioner.
No, it's a mask. So I shampoo the hair and then I sit, put the mask on, I leave it on for like 5 minutes, and then I put the conditioner on top of it. It says to rinse and put the conditioner on, but I don't feel like.
You can break the rules. It's totally fine to break the
It
rules.
doesn't feel very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you rinse it out by itself.
And those are $25 now. That's what we decided, but we're gonna run a special for all treatments starting in June. You think
How
five?
long would you leave that? 3 to 5.
These are just proper.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, just towel burn. Yeah.
So we've got a newsletter that's gonna go out here talking about stuff like our gift packs that are coming up for reserving July's gift packs, and we'll plug that in there too, so.
Are
That
those
is the word.
mass, protein masks? Like
She
the
said that it
Redken
was-
stuff,
She said that it was like vegetable.
but are they like the Redken, like,
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I feel like this is more like a deep conditioning,
Yeah.
like more rehydrating.
I think she did say there was protein in it, but there's moisture in it. too,
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it just being protein and adding moisture.
It was
so
like-
you don't think there's a way to over protein it like the other ones?
That's what she
I
said.
don't
There
think
wasn't
so
no
with
way
that.
because they use a certain type of protein. It was like a, not vegetable protein. So
Like
it was like,
more
was it a
organic
plant
or
protein?
it
natural?
was like a plant.
We can reach out to Erica for a little more specificity on that
Wanted
from
to
YouTube.
be
So,
able to-
But that one was really good. I shared it on that there.
And then the Redken,
I know.
one is like, the Redken one's like a chemical thing.
Right, cause you have the 3 steps and the one step was pure protein that you were putting.
Sometimes, but the Hume one is more of a like short term. Like traditional deep conditioning type treatment, or fast. Will last maybe a few shampoos.
Like, so that's what we're selling.
Yeah, and that's what these treatments would do. So,
Okay.
as far as I know, whereas the Redken one, you apply the chem.
Yeah.
Yeah. and you
Shopping
check.
centers.
The Vera one is protein, so don't use that one. And wrap it.
Okay. So Don, the mask, the sale on mask on treatments is for all of them?
for all the treatments, yeah.
Where are you?
Just- And for anybody that's checking anybody out, the Hune mask is not under add-ons, it's under hair service.
Okay, and what?
Just in case you're looking under add-ons in this guy, I can't find it, so. And I'll add it into the add-ons as well, but
think that's what we know.
Oh, okay, and, okay, what is Mariah?
But if you're looking for it,
But I think I just.
Currently.
paid another copy.
got it. Awesome. Good. That's nice to know. I've learned something every day. For sure. Okay, check-in. This is funny. I'm gonna plead with everybody that isn't diligently signing in, checking in and checking out on the time clock when they get here and when they leave. Because you can't do it in advance. We need real time. We're required to be real time. If you came in at 8 o'clock and you were supposed to work till 5, but you left at 2, it can't say that you checked out at 5. It has to say that you checked out at 2. So don't populate the sheet with anything in advance. And then make sure you get the right day, because both Sarah and Rob checked in and out on May 26th, which happens to be a Sunday. I think you meant it was the 25th, which was a Saturday,
Oh, you mean on the sign?
right here.
Oh, okay.
I looked and went,
Yeah, I just followed Sarah.
are they moonlighting on Sunday and not telling me about, what's that about? Because it takes a lot of extra time for me as I'm preparing payroll to go through and populate this, so that the lesser moves, the better my.
Rarely.
Yeah, I've used it once this last time and you got it wrong, so don't use it again.
Should off the people back there, they get stuck. Still gets really stuck, and so I get frustrated and late, and then I just write my, and I just.
I've used that back here, but what keys are
The
getting
keys
stuck?
stick, they definitely stick.
Which keys? All keys?
Most of them.
Okay,
If we could maybe get a, better, like, could we put that keyboard downstairs upstairs?
well, that keyboard is part of a laptop, so we could get a separate keyboard that would connect to that.
It would really help, everybody, when we start.
Well, if people are coming in the back door, the computer downstairs is a good place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that way you don't have to come upstairs and, oh, I remember, and then you get more hours because you came in the back door and did it. But we'll look into that too. Parker's bookkeeping keyboard is wacko too, so things wear out.
They
I
don't
know
last
I am.
forever.
Well, they could.
They could last a lot longer.
There's some planned obsolescence, I'm
Yeah.
sure, in it. So, yeah, good point. Thank you. So anyway, please help me with that. So follow-up list of clients who haven't been in for a while. I populated one some time ago and realized that if I try to put that in MailChimp, a lot of those people are already in MailChimp, which is our newsletter things for sending out email. And we have a limit on that. I can't duplicate that. So I'm coming up with a different plan on how to reach out to those people. So I want to ask you, should we email them once we find out they haven't been in for a while, or should we place a call, or should we do a snail mail, like a postcard or something? Provided we've gotten their correct address. We have some clients now that we have been putting in their new that don't have addresses. Right. Hopefully an occupant that has hair, right? If it came to my house, it would be a moot point, so. So maybe we could. if-
Yeah.
Well, right, well, if we discover that someone doesn't have an actual address in our Vivo, then we could choose to email, but I think here's what I'm gonna attempt to do is run a report for each designer with guests that haven't been in with Jasmine for a while, haven't been in with Rob for a while, etc. And then we might want to talk just to make sure there's no crossovers, because people do share the service people in here, and then if they get 2 cards, like, oh, they weren't paying attention, I haven't been in, I fired them both and I don't want to come back, or whatever the case. Yes,
24 years here. How many
Right.
times? 24 years ago.
Right.
But basically, I mean, I don't feel like.
well, and the printout will have the dates of their last visit too. So that'll help, but if you know someone that passed away, I've taken some of my clients and just made them inactive because
Yeah.
They're not coming back because they're dead.
Is that a stretch or a question?
Do you need to sit?
I'm stretching. I'm like, I didn't realize you were talking.
Jasmine, can you elaborate on your being a haircut spy?
You have to be reminded because it was a while ago. But
Yes.
remember.
It's like
when
dun,
you were-
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. Does that bring back any memories?
When you were, where did you go? What was it?
Oh, I went to Arizona.
Arizona.
and I did that. Find it.
Yeah,
For we got.
Yeah.
So I did-
yeah.
That's what I did.
And she went in and got a haircut from somebody and didn't tell them
I didn't tell them.
that you were a
That's
hairstyle.
awesome.
What did they do
I don't like to
after
tell
when you
people.
told them?
Oh, nervous.
She did a great. But it was. pretty much it, so. She was all over.
So,
But I didn't wait.
right,
Because I thought I would. I was really good. Because I had never met this girl.
Right.
Oh, yeah. This is what we- oh. Oh,
Right.
people.
I have not been to a hair salon since I was a child.
yeah, so Dawn, if Dawn cut us each a check to go into a salon, we could be a hair spy and get something done
Yeah.
and come back with a report. Oh, was that out loud?
That was out loud for sure. That was
Let's just
definitely
talk
out loud.
That's a good
about
idea.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Is that on there?
Is that on
Yeah.
us?
Bitcoin article about retaining your. Can't
Funny.
wait to hear about that.
Yeah.
Right, however, everything becomes a nail.
Right.
Our lives are turning into acronyms, everything. is-
Yeah,
seriously.
kind of annoying too.
Yeah, it can be.
Especially
Well,
when you don't
let's-
know what the acronym
let's-
is.
Put a little bit of thought on your own time about a spy thing, and let's figure out how that might work.
Well, I already did it.
She did. So
Shelley
you,
just did
your
it.
Yeah.
Jasmine's suggestion,
You did?
Look at her hair.
It looks worse than ever.
It looks great.
Yeah, just you.
I think it
Where?
looks great.
I went to a place in Hillsborough, I just found the girl off Instagram.
Right.
And then it was just, it was nice. Yeah.
Did she do a good job?
I mean.
How much do I owe you?
Yeah, exactly. Rob went, look at his beard.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, it was nice. It just felt nice, you know, it wasn't.
Were you
too
watching
bad.
her to look the hot?
Yeah.
in your hair?
so.
Not really, I kind of just closed my eyes and I just let her do whatever, and I was
Oh.
You know, worse.
No, either.
No.
like, really, no, oh, I mean, I
I'd be
just
freaking out
told her
just
to
getting my
dye
hair
it
trimmed,
black, I
yes.
mean, but you can't go wrong with dyeing it black. And
Was that
then-
what you had to do?
Yeah, I just made her do like the black moms,
And did she know your hairstylist?
so yeah. Yeah.
At the end, she did?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did she throw up or anything? Once you found out?
Not really, she was just like, that's cool. That was it. I was
Nice.
like, that's nice.
Nice.
She was about my age.
Yeah, that, so, all, based on our conversation. Right, she, yeah, told me that she done that, and that it's cool.
Yeah, it was-
She felt like, getting something from. Being client.
And watching other people do that.
Being a shopper is fun. I will be a shopper.
Well, so, no, and it wasn't about, so the takeaway was more that Jasmine said, I think it would be really beneficial for people to do that, you know, have that experience for themselves and just have that perspective. As a profession, you bring that back to your own salon, have that angle. I thought that was really good suggestion. Yeah, throw that out there. In more of a casual way and less of a, we're gonna do this project, or everybody does this, but If that's something somebody's interested, somebody you're not interested.
Would
Okay,
that
look
hurt?
Like, I'm never doing that.
Nobody's touching.
No, but you know.
Her eyes glazed over
Yeah.
just a little bit. So
But yeah, like you could look into salons and choose one. And tell them the cost, hey, this is what I want to do. Yeah,
I
even
would,
something like.
I would do it.
Just to have the experience, it's less about like,
Or you could do like a shave thing.
I could,
Yeah. And
You couldn't.
Josh and Dawn.
you don't want.
many of us that have been doing this a long time, we might forget what it's like to be a recipient of a service.
I didn't thought.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
that.
right. And so that doesn't hurt at all to experience
It's a
that.
really good suggestion.
It is, yeah.
Throw it out there, yeah. Normal.
And it wasn't like really near the job at all, that was.
It's an investment. It's basically information investment. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure is. Okay, Bitcoin. I mean, behind the chair article, I had it, I sent it out, and then it has disappeared. So when I find it, I will send it to everybody. And it was Wella's recommendations on how to make sure you keep the highest retention of your salon guests as possible. And it was really good. It's not anything that we haven't heard before, but it's kind of nice to, I find that I benefit from having things repeated to me, not because I'm old and deaf. Jasmine,
Dementia.
yeah. What do they say? Multiple dimensions of dementia, so.
If you say that.
So once I find it, I'll send it to you or print it out. It's like 5 pages. So,
You remember what we. Can you just tell? Did they say anything about, do you remember we used to have those high retention? Things.
Right.
Did they say? anything about that? That was something.
can't tell
Remember
you.
we have the prescription pads?
Yeah.
We have those, we have a lot of different.
So that stuff's, it's effective, but also it can, you know,
And extra time.
an extra time. I think to be really effective, it has to be easy to integrate in your routine and then also clients not feel like it's somehow. Kind of something. So that's the card or the coupon.
Coupon, right?
But that did seem to encourage people to schedule appointments, the follow-up.
Right.
appointments.
Right.
I think even just putting on the ticket right away. You would get that.
Yeah, you do, maybe you'll put like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, that would really help. Yeah, that's.
Are you talking about for brand new clients, for first time clients? Yeah, yeah, that should,
Or if somebody doesn't have a quick.
Just their clients in general, she'll put like 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and then immediately that'll be good for us, and we'll go, okay, so your next appointment's gonna be in 8 weeks, you know, so that way we're not making them know when the
Right.
next appointment is, we already have it prepared for them.
they're already
Timely.
pulling their calendar out.
Yeah, she's already set that. like, an
Yeah,
appointment.
if somebody's still in your chair and they already start thinking about.
Yeah.
what, wanna get up to the front and how long, put it in the calendar.
Yeah.
And if they're not, when you get up there to pay, it's almost like they're already, in their mind, they're already out the door. They-
Yeah, and a lot of them then will go, oh, let me look at my calendar when they get home.
Yeah.
But if you guys start that somehow a little bit, or put it on the ticket, it's a big difference.
It's huge, it's in those, it's like, it's such a game of inches, right? Like,
Yes,
like, if you do something consistently over the course of 2 or 3 months for you as a stylist, and then for the salon as a whole, that's more sales, more revenue, more clients in the door, which is like,
Yes.
should be our primary goal, ultimately,
Yes.
right? Along with everything else we do.
yeah, which is why you see the majority of certain people having the regulars consistent, because they know they have to
Yeah,
be
and
scheduled and they're scheduling.
And
No, they.
They know they have to, do it, and they're
Well, they know.
afraid
They
not to,
already
or
know.
they're
They
excited
don't.
to.
Yeah.
It's either fear or excitement that motivates.
I like those.
It's both.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, a little bit of
both, yeah.
But there was a statistic on, somebody goes to a salon for the very first time, sees a new service provider at a new salon. That. If you get them three times in a row, the percentage of people that will then stay with that salon for at least 7 years skyrockets, right?
And if they buy products.
Yes,
And if they purchase products, then it's even more.
because it's a more connection points.
Yeah,
Rather, I just had my hair cut. I had a shampoo that made me drool. I mean, all the little things that make a difference. Bill and I were talking about service or lack thereof in businesses as a whole. And like taking that little extra step, I think people really love when they have their hair shampooed and compliment that. Even if they don't say anything, it's like you can kind of tell from their body language if you're doing a good connection job.
Or if they can like help styling certain.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
and there's all of the, like, the smell and feel of the product is like part of, they're having an experience while they're here, you know, they're having a service, but inside of that, they're having this experience. And at the end of it, they're gonna make an assessment on whether they like their hair, and whether they feel good about it, and like using product, and the whole thing makes them feel better about. And most people, some people don't want the product, but most clients expect to have something put in their hair. So, if you're the person doing it and you don't talk about what you're using, and you make no effort to, like, you know, communicate with them, here's why I'm choosing this, and this is what you do. You know, for a lot of clients, you're just using the product they already use, and that's fine, because they've already decided they would love these 4 products, whatever. But like if you're doing something new and something, like taking that extra 30 seconds to just be like, oh, this is this, and I like this, and blah, blah, and then you smell it, it's like, you know, if you do that consistently without even saying, you know, hey, do you want to buy this product? Like your sales will double, right?
Yeah.
Just from doing that consistently.
It smells.
Uh-huh.
I know, I listen to you guys upsell that
I
stuff.
need to.
A lot of it too is like knowing what the background of the product is
Yeah.
too. Like I hear you talking
Like the history of
Yeah.
it, just telling them, oh, they invented the first aerosol hairspray, or.
Because they
"Oh,
immediately
did
connect.
The perm.
Yeah.
first."
Yeah.
Because that's something they already know,
Exactly.
right? Rather than this is just some new product I've never heard of.
Yeah.
You can use it.
Where did you start? Where did you like,
So you're on, and then our front desk is gonna have a meeting the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Sorry, for me.
No, 4.5.
Who's gonna have them?
Our front desk team.
All right.
There it is.
Those cords are driving me
Which cords?
crazy, all those black
Yeah.
cords.
ooh, I was wondering, like, the huge, just like that, like, it's like that, so it's like that. It can be beyond, 'cause,
Oh.
you know, sometimes she just, yeah, sometimes she just stares at other people and. So I
Well,
think
and I
it's
did talk to Don a little bit about possibly, you know, the videos I've been making.
Yeah.
About running some reels of
Yeah.
all the videos that I've been
Just
making of you
so-
guys, so they can see the work.
Yeah,
And then, you know, changing them up every once in a while, so it's not constantly the same video, cause that can get annoying.
yeah,
People leave the dryer on their phones, but I think they would look at it.
Yeah, and I told them it doesn't have to have sound,
yeah, it doesn't have to
because
have.
we don't have to have the music in the background of it, but at least something for people to look at.
Yeah. 'cause
And
I
it would be
feel-
cool if it was all your guys' work and everybody here.
But even
Working on
just
that.
like the news
Yeah.
channel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just, not just her, but there's a couple of them that I stare at times.
I think if they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
or
they don't
maybe, like somebody like Diane's not gonna probably be sitting on her phone.
And I'll get her magazines, but she gets bored or she forgets what she's reading.
Yeah.
I liked it when we had that back in the day, we had our.
A video.
Where we had, like, interviews with each stylist and then.
We can do
Made you
that.
feel famous.
Yeah, we can do that.
Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm on TV right now, right? No, like when that was
Yeah, we
happening,
could.
Oh.
it'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, I
right,
see.
that's me up there. Kind of a big deal, just saying. Okay. So last time, no, 2 times ago, I think we started this project. But only if some of us were here.
Not everybody was here.
Who was here when we started?
I don't feel like I was.
Yeah, you were.
Was this when I was,
Sarah.
maybe when I was in Hawaii, this was. my
Yeah.
Hawaii meeting.
So, the idea behind this is basically building a fresh business plan, which is just sort of it's just like a vision for what the salon does as a whole. And we can use that, to help us make decisions on how we're gonna do stuff. Tackle the social media project we wanna do. And just, I think, operate a little more smoothly. It's like, think about it as in terms of like musical bands. If you have, this might only make sense to me or anybody who plays music. Play an instrument.
I do.
Who plays CDs?
Well, so in a band, right, if everybody plays their instrument and everybody plays it well, and they're playing a song, like it's good. But if everybody in that band plays all the instruments and understands how all the instruments work, it's gonna be a lot tighter. It's gonna end up anyway. Does that make sense? So everybody's gonna be able to communicate better, even without saying anything. You just know what that person's thinking. Like, I know what the guitar player's thinking. What's going on in his brain right now as I'm doing this over here. So that's kind of the idea. But ultimately, what we'll do is take the ideas that we come up with as we go through this, and then we'll build a short, kind of concise business plan, and then we kind of use that like through the rest of the year as we're trying to flesh out our social media project. Other things that we have just kind of refer back to that. So anyway, it's kind of a fun abstract exercise, but we did 2 slides last time. We can't finish it this time because the front desk has to do games, whatever. But real quick, so the first one was key partnerships, and since not everybody was here, so we're doing something called a lead startup format. That just means that it's not something that we would use to like go try and get funding from the bank because we're starting a new business. We're just kind of coming up with an outline. And the first slide was key partnerships, and this is the list that we came up with together of
Oh, I
people.
was here for
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
I was here for that.
yeah, and it's just that like what people and organizations are we connected with that we need in order to operate. And it was interesting because we got a few, and then real quick, and then it slowed down, and then we kept going. It was like we could probably keep going with this whole page if we really want to, but that's probably good enough. And then the second one was. How will we gain a competitive advantage? And some of the ideas were like exclusive product, and this is before we switch over, so it's kind of fun. Expertise, longevity, how many years we've been in business. Who knows how many years we've been in business?
49.
Yeah. So that means next year is.
50.
So we'll probably make a
Wait, is that the next number?
big deal about it. We'll make a big deal of that. Our location, our vibe, our culture, professionalism, reliability, consistency, work quality, and atmosphere. So those were things we came up with together with that. And then the next one is what we'll work on now, key resources. So list any resources that you'll leverage to create value for your customer. Your most important assets could include staff, capital, intellectual property.
Or brain,
Brain,
is that?
yeah.
Intellectual.
Intellectual property would be, basically, or ideas that you have.
Break it down a little.
Ideas that you have that you're using to generate revenue, or that you want, like something if you have an idea and you wanted to like, trademark it or something, That would be an example of the. So, but that's, yeah, you mentioned, but that's probably not for where we're at, it's probably not, yeah, I would say staff is the. Probably the number one, you guys, and that's why there's little superhero people there, that bottom one is wrong,
Yes.
and then the top one's everything.
I wanna be the comb.
I wanna be the scissors.
There we go.
So. So how do we create value for clients, right? Like. Any ideas?
How do we create value? Give them a good service. Is there some specific? you're
No, it's
looking
just,
for?
I like,
Oh,
well, one thing I thought of was, continuing education,
mhm.
right? Which,
Which we haven't really done
yeah,
much of that since COVID.
yeah, it's been harder to come
Yeah.
by, but I think it's one of those things that. It's easy to not do it, especially if it's given harder to do, but I think that's a way that we really did bring value. to us. So,
Our clients knew we always were going to the rent exchange, too. It was like very consistent for us,
yeah,
all the way up to COVID.
product knowledge classes.
Yeah.
too, I think.
Anyway, another-
Yes, yes, I don't wanna detour the Vegas trip.
that was
Thank
that.
you. I was hoping you heard
That
that.
was that.
Those are super knowledgeable, just so you know, and really help your staff bond.
Yes,
Bonding.
yes,
I don't think we need to go to Vegas to do that.
we don't,
We need to go to like
Trish is gonna fund
the beach or
The
the
beach,
forest.
you. Well, yeah. We're going anyway, so we may as well write it off. No,
Yeah.
We need a bonding trip.
We need a
Team building.
small bond.
Team building.
Team building.
They do have that out by me, by Hog Lake, they have that, the thing in the trees where you learn to. Yeah, I wanna do that.
Oh, road tours.
Yeah, it's called something trees. So by
They also have a zip
adventure
line
trees
report.
or something.
So zip line
Yeah,
report.
Is
okay.
it in the team building?
Yes, it's literally,
learn to
it's
trust each
literally
other.
something that an entire team can do, and it's not the kind of zip lining that you get scared, it's like literally, you can do it. You can do
Well, I've done
it.
zip lining.
Okay, and we could all.
Who would
it.
do a zip lining trip? Zip lining, who would go zip lining on a team building?
You could do it,
Valerie,
you could do
yeah,
it.
you can
It's
do it.
not bad. Yeah,
The first
it's not
one or
bad.
two scary, and then after that, you're fine. You're
Uh,
not gonna die.
what's that thing called, escape room?
Escape room.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about one of
That
those
was
rooms,
fun.
what about one of those rooms where you get the crap out of everything?
Oh,
Are
yes,
you
we
kidding?
do.
It's pretty amazing, there's one right down the road in Portland,
Demographic?
what's it called?
Well, no, yeah.
What is
A
it
rage
called?
room.
Like,
What
that
rage
trauma
room?
on your life.
Parker, it's called a rage.
Yeah.
Rage room.
You basically pay for the things you destroy. My
Yes, you get a bat or whatever you want, you go in there.
That's healthy.
It's so healthy.
Yeah, no doubt.
You don't know.
To do that.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
what
it's
it's
fine.
You don't know, you just go in there and destroy whatever you want.
I'd like to stand behind you, not in front of you. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Why
Oh,
don't we
yeah,
like
like
probably?
You can put the name of anything you want on it.
Wow,
They have you wear goggles and then you.
Yeah.
is that door locked?
The notes on it, but. hopefully the-
Any other ideas? We'll just finish this slide since you guys have time to do it. And then next time we'll just do this and finish it up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
education. team building. Interior,
I'm gonna go to more training in August.
Are you?
I didn't.
Is that for weed on?
it like, how would you call that? Like in your team sharing too, I mean, like
Inter-team
that,
sharing.
you know, we've done stuff like that in the past where we.
Yeah.
For the ones, it's fine.
I think something that's valuable to the clients is like if she's not available, if they can go to the, like, if you're meeting on a shared clients,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't wanna wait 3 weeks. Oh, but she has something, so that'll still keep them, and like, or they might be like, if they're not feeling often, then they're like, I'll go tomorrow, so I can't wait. 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So being able to-
I think we're pretty good at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
put guests at ease. Guest that was coming in to see Bella that normally sees Rob, when she walked in, she went, I didn't know Rob was gonna be here. I feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah.
on him."
Yeah.
I feel bad.
And you went
I was
over,
dead that whole week.
yeah, and you went over and did the perfect thing and said, I'm sorry you couldn't get in with me. Good to see you. That was great. So,
Yeah.
Bella's gonna take great care of you.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just
teamwork,
purposely don't make eye contact.
and then
I walk right by you, but act like I don't.
Right,
see you.
right.
Just kidding.
piggybacking on that, the teamwork from that perspective also, like the like training program, so the teamwork aspect that when we bring somebody new in, that they like, train and, you know, come up through the salon a little bit rather than, you know, just like some random person throwing on the floor.
Right.
I think that's a really good asset.
Is there anybody that is interviewing for that?
Not currently.
Currently, we've wasted her time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I think we
right.
did have a gal that was glad she didn't sue us, because.
She got fired from her last 2 salons within 6 months and we're supposed to come here for a shadow on Saturday, didn't show up.
Mm.
And I called and I texted, I said, are you okay? I mean, I'm worried about you. And finally, when she called back, said, you guys have an apprenticeship program? And what? What you were supposed to, and so I called, I said, remember you were supposed to be here? Yeah, I do. I was in the middle of a job interview. There you
Yeah,
go. And then
exactly.
I said, well, that's probably why you might have been released from one of your prior, and she said, you don't have any idea. And she said, thanks for wasting my time.
Oh my.
And she hung up on.
Yeah.
And you did not take that personal, right?
No, I didn't take it personally. I just realized that she was so
She's a toxic person.
Yeah.
toxic and
Did it happen? for
a victim.
Yes.
She has
Yeah.
the victim mindset, big
No,
time.
thank you.
Yes.
One last thing on, so staff or personnel would be like our number one thing. I would do like a separate category for our front desk people, because, of how important you guys are.
Yes.
Yeah, not, yeah,
Yes.
we all know it,
Mhm.
but it's just, and especially clients, like the way you handle clients and deal with clients, like, is really critical. And I think clients see that as a value. When they come in here, you're the first people they're gonna interact with, last people, you have to enjoy that. So that's not
Yeah,
true of
very
every salon.
small.
And being able to do your job well so that things go relatively smoothly here. Because if we're having to put out fires all the time, you know, it's so.
I just realized you two are
I
twins.
can cover the front desk for a few minutes.
I just
right.
realized you and Rob are twins. You're both shaving with your little
Yeah.
thing you're on.
We
They
saved
call each other.
Yeah,
We have some pictures, but you have to pay to see.
yeah, you didn't include Dawn in
All
that.
that should leave stuff, because I know it makes sure should break out.
I had an allergic reaction to it on my